This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Okay, a little bit of a mystery guitar unboxing and sort of first impressions review today. A little while ago I contacted Glarry Guitars, you know, the well-known budget brand of guitars, and I said basically I've heard a lot of stuff about your guitars but I've never tried one, and I've got this piffling little YouTube channel with a few thousand subscribers. I don't suppose there's any chance you could send me a guitar to have a look at? And they got back to me and said, yes, of course, what do you want? Much to my surprise, and I said that, well, there's a nice butterscotch blonde looking Telecaster style guitar on your website. Can I have one of those, please? Unfortunately, no, that one's out of stock. Which one do you want as an alternative? I said, tell you what, surprise me. Just send me any 6-string right-handed electric guitar and I'll do a video on it. And that is what is in this box that you can see here. It arrived the other day and I haven't taken the tape off or anything like that. I have no idea what's inside the box, so let's get unboxing. Yes, indeed. So as you can see, it's one of these, a Glarry GST in a lovely Sunburst finish. £70 or thereabouts worth of, are we allowed to call it an S-type guitar? Incidentally, that music that you heard while I was kind of doing that unboxing there is a tune called Swamped from my 2016 album, The Whiskey Made Me Do It. And if you go and check it out on Spotify, you will be enriching me to the tune of about 0.05 of a penny. I promise not to spend it all at once. So yes, this is the Glarry GST, and we're going to have a little bit of a look at the playing experience and the setup and kind of first impressions right after we've heard how it sounds. Let's start off with some clean tones. Basically, I'm going to go through each of the 5 positions on the switch, and you will see the settings I'm using in bias amp on screen. Here they are. And now let's do the same thing for a crunchier sort of sound. Once again, all 5 positions on the switch, and you'll see the amp model that I'm playing through on screen. And finally, let's see how it behaves when you chuck a bit of gain at it. Again, all 5 positions on the switch, and you'll see the settings on screen. So not a bad bunch of sounds. It does get, it has to be said, a little bit sort of flabby on the high gain sounds once you get past like the first couple of positions on the switch. But, you know, if you're going to be using, you know, kind of a Marshall amp with or even amp model with a tube screamer in front of it, you're probably going to be sticking somewhere near the bridge pickup anyway. But, you know, that might be an upgrade that we might want to talk about for later on, you know, on this guitar, is throwing a slightly kind of better set of pickups out. I just think there's a better sound that to be had out of this guitar than with these pickups. They're not bad, they do the job, and as I say, until you get like really high gain, you know, I'd happily use any of the sounds that you heard in those clips there. Incidentally, the specs for this guitar, I'm not going to bore you with a bunch of facts and figures. I've just put them all down in the description box below so that you can look them up. I've also put down there a link to the page where you can buy one of these guitars for, you know, about 70 quid is what they cost. Now, yes, playing experience and general first impressions. Well, pretty good, it has to be said. You know, I was expecting it to be a bit of a toy, really, for the sort of price that it costs, but it just isn't. After unboxing it via the magic of video editing, you didn't see me do this, but I did it anyway. I did a little bit of a setup on the guitar, and I do mean a little bit. It needed about a quarter to a half a turn on the truss rod, just to take a little bit of excessive bow out of the neck, and then I had to take the bridge saddles down, you know, a little bit as well, just to kind of get the action down to how I like it to feel. And now it's got a nice low action on the guitar, and let's just keep it in shot. It's got a nice low action, and there's no fret buzz anywhere on it, no bends choking off. The nut is really nicely cut. It's only a plastic nut, but it's nicely cut. The first fret action is perfectly comfortable. A thing that often occurs, I find, on some budget guitars is the dreaded fret sprout, but there's none of that here, no sharp fret ends. I've played made in Mexico Fenders that felt worse than this in that regard. The frets themselves, as I say, there's no fret buzz or anything. They do feel a little bit gritty, perhaps, you know, but it's a budget guitar, it's 70 quid, and, you know, I'll be attacking them with the Crimson Guitars fret eraser set that brings your frets up like glass. So we shall do that. Plays really nicely, low action, no buzzing, no choking, nothing like that. Very comfortable guitar to play. The neck feels a lot like my what is it, deluxe Nashville Telecaster that you've seen in plenty of videos. So a very comfortable and familiar feeling neck, and, you know, it plays really nice. So on the whole, really rather good. The one thing that I do feel lets the guitar down are the tuners. They work. You can get the guitar in tune and it will stay in tune, but they just feel a bit lumpy, you know, where there's kind of a lot of resistance and then it slips and it's not, then there's no resistance. Just feel a bit sort of notchy, but you can tune the guitar okay. So, you know, a new set of tuners might be an idea. So what I'm going to do with this guitar is I'm going to mod it. Okay. I'm probably, well, I'm definitely going to be putting a new set of tuners on it, and I think, you know, let's just chuck a set of Vanson or Wilkinson pickups into it just because they're so cheap. It's not worth not doing. And the same again with the bridge. Wilkinson do a lovely kind of bridge like this with a nice big fat steel bridge block, and again it's about 30 quid for one of those, so it's just not worth not doing. And then by the time all that's done, I think you're going to have a really nice sounding, well, it's a nice sounding guitar already, but even an even better sounding guitar that's got all of the little wrinkles ironed out. And then once it's all done, I'm going to be donating it to Zoe's Place, which, as I'm sure you know by now, is a baby hospice. It's an organisation in Middlesbrough that provides palliative respite and end-of-life care to children under 5 with terminal illnesses. Fantastic cause, and you know, whatever money they can raise by selling this, it's going to, as I say, a very, very good cause. So there you go, folks. That is my initial first impressions of the Glarry GST S-Type guitar. I've heard nothing but good things about these from other YouTubers, and I was just curious to see if they were as good as people said. It's a £70 guitar. Okay, I can't stress that enough. These guitars cost about £70, and you know, there are other guitars that you can buy in that price bracket, and I've played a few of them, and they are okay, but you've got to do a lot more work on them, and they don't sound half as good as this or play half as good as this. So if you're looking for an electric guitar in the sub £100 category, then you could do a lot worse than one of these. You know, I would happily put this up against, for instance, an Affinity Squire Strat, or anything, you know, of that sort of price bracket, just a little bit above it. Yamaha Pacifica, it would stand up against one of those, I think. You know, really great little guitar. So there you go. Anyway, that's pretty much it for today, folks. I'll just mention it's only Tuesday, but don't forget we have a live stream on a Friday, 5 PM UK time. We just sit around and have a beer and talk about guitars. It's a great way to kick off the weekend. I'd love to see many of you there. But that is it for today. If you've enjoyed the video and found it useful, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so, and why not give me a like while you're at it. As I say, there's a link to this guitar along with the specs down in the description box below, so check them out. But until next time, look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.